AMC Network has announced the schedule for its upcoming The Walking Dead spin-offs. First, The Walking Dead Dead City will debut in June. The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon will make its debut sometime later this year. An untitled spin-off is set to premiere next year. It all comes as the network has announced the first spin-off series, Fear the Walking Dead, will end with its 8th season, which debuts this May 14th.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
It looks like your luggage is over 50 pounds. Is there anything you can take out?
Oh yeah, let me just toss all these $20 bills.
Great. Let me grab you a trash can.
Stop. Instead of throwing money away, move some clothes into a carry-on. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
Hi, Drew Barrymore here. You've heard the saying, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Well, that's not true. I'll prove it. With Pluto TV, you can stream thousands of movies and TV shows for free, including my show, by the way. With Pluto TV, there is no catch. It's totally free. So the new saying is, if it's too good to be true, you're probably watching Pluto TV. Pluto TV, stream now, pay never.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it. Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Hey listener, welcome to Limu's Karaoke Lounge, where Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops.
Watertown 50 and Yankton 45. Again on Tuesday, Watertown defeated Aberdeen Central in ESD action 48-30. Gorman over Brookings 56-39. Here over Winter 60 Back on the Buck Basketball pregame show brought to you by the Yankton Medical Clinic. The Yankton Medical Clinic, so much care, so close to home. Yankton High School Basketball, presented by First National Bank, Omaha, FNBO. Corner 4th and Broadway, Yankton.
KYNT, FM 1021 and AM 1450, Yankton's home team.
You are listening to Yankton Basketball on KYNT, Yankton's home team. This broadcast is brought to you by
Mason Schramm and the Move Group, Hedro, Avera, Truxedo, Culligan Water, USD Athletics, 1919 Root Beer, Rhonda Westland State Farm, Vision Real Estate, Missouri River Associates, Buell's Cleaners, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Triple Time Rudy's, H&R Block, Top Notch Cleaners, the UPS Store, Yankton Medical Clinic, Hy-Vee, Olson's Pest Technicians, Gerstner Oil, Vision Care Associates, MT and RC Smith Insurance, First Dakota National Bank, First Chiropractic Centers, First National Bank of Omaha, Sherco.
Now, let's go to the court with KYNT Sports Director and the voice of Yankton Basketball, Bryce Ladwig.
Good evening from Watertown Civic Arena, and welcome to the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee was a helpful smile in every aisle. I'm Bryce Ladwig, and you are listening or watching to Yankton Bucks basketball on KYNT, KYNT-TV, of course, on the dial 102.1 FM, AM 1450, online at KYNT1450.com. Don't forget about our free mobile app for listening. And welcome all those that are watching on KYNT-TV on Facebook, YouTube, and our very own Smart TV app. It is Watertown Arrows 1-4 record hosting the Yankton Bucks tonight, 2-1 entering this contest. And looking forward to an excellent matchup here at beautiful Watertown Civic Arena. One of my favorite places to broadcast in the ESD and actually in all of the state in Class AA basketball. Good crowd on hand coming in for both squads, and I'm just looking forward to some fireworks. Every time these two teams have faced the last 5 years, it has been a close game just about every single time, and Watertown actually has gotten the better of the Yankton Bucks over the last 5 years. We'll talk a little bit more about that here coming up in the Hy-Vee pregame show. We will take a quick break, come back, and let's look at the rest of Class AA basketball and the ESD Conference as a whole, as we are getting some teams to the quarter mark of the season. Some teams have passed it already. We'll take a look at it. We'll be back from the Watertown Civic Arena. This is Yankton Bucks basketball, KYNT, KYNT-TV.
Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh is the stop to make any time of the day. Enjoy breakfast items, made-to-order sandwiches, burgers, and more from the Hy-Vee Market Grill. Daily $5 meal specials are from 11 to 7, and find convenient on-the-go meal offerings and select grocery staples, including fresh produce and fresh bakery items, too. There's something for everyone at Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh of Yankton.
Shop Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 Root Beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12-packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
Gift cards are great things to give as gifts. But when someone tells you you need to use a gift card to pay for something you owe, like utilities, taxes, and other fees, red flags should go off, and it should cause you to stop and think. Most legitimate companies will never tell you to pay with a gift card. Before you go to purchase these gift cards, please call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986 and let them check things out for you, so you're not out of your hard-earned money.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Hy-Vee pregame show. This helpful smile in every aisle. Yankton Bucks basketball live from the Watertown Civic Arena. Let's jump into our standings review brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. We'll go over boys AA standings as it sits right now. I'm not going to go over everyone's seed points because eventually I run out of breath. There's 19 teams. That's a lot of numbers to say, but look at some highlights here. Right now on the bottom of Class AA standings with 1-4 records and 35.8 seed points, it is Watertown and Brookings tied for 18th, and then Douglas is in 17th with 35.83 seed points, and then 16th is Rapid City Stevens. Aberdeen Central is in 15th. 14th is Rapid City Central, or Aberdeen. Wow, need to back this up. Aberdeen Central's in 15th. Rapid City Central's in 14th. Sturgis is 13th. O'Gorman, the Yankton Bucks opponent tomorrow afternoon, is in 12th. Brandon Valley is in 11th. Huron in 10th. Harrisburg 9th. Yankton is tied for 7th with Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Spearfish is in 6th. Mitchell 5th. Pierre 4th. Sioux Falls Washington 3rd. Sioux Falls Lincoln 2nd. And Sioux Falls Jefferson is the top team in Class AA. Let's take a look at our conference standings in the ESD. And right now, the top 3 teams on top of 2 conference victories are Brandon Valley, Yankton, and Mitchell, followed by all the other teams have 1 victory except for Aberdeen Central. So Pierre, Huron, Brookings, Harrisburg, and Watertown all have 1 ESD conference victory under their belt. And some teams are just nearing that halfway point of their conference schedule as well. Remember, that doesn't go by win percentage or anything of that nature. If there's 2 teams at the end of the year with 7 conference victories, it's going to be a split banner, so to speak, for both teams. Our out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Doors, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Door is your local authorized Clopay dealer. And let's check on some other boys' scores. We'll try to keep track throughout the night. Spearfish is hosting Brandon Valley. That starts at 9. I hope to not have an update for you because if we're still here at 9 o'clock, something has happened. Douglas is hosting Harrisburg. That's also at 9 o'clock Central. And then also at 9 o'clock Central is Sturgis Brown hosting Rapid City at Central. Rapid City Stevens is hosting Campbell County out of Gillette, Wyoming, my alma mater, at 8:30 tonight. And then on the eastern side of the state, of course, Watertown hosting the Bucks here tonight. Huron hosting Sioux Falls Lincoln. And Mitchell hosting Brookings at the Corn Palace. Sioux Falls Washington is hosting Sioux Falls Jefferson. That should be a good matchup. That's a battle of the number 5 and number 1 teams in the South Dakota High School Basketball Media Power Rankings. Should be a good. Colors of the game tonight brought to you by Buell's Cleaners, offering dry cleaning, laundry, and business services like linens, rags, rugs, and uniforms. Buell's Cleaners, 444 3rd Street, Yankton. And the Yankton Bucks in their road reds, white numbers and letters, a little bit of a white trim. And the Watertown Arrows in their home purple. They'll have those gold numbers and letters with white trim here tonight. Fans of the game brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. No matter what you drive, make sure to fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's. 5 cents off each gallon of fuel on Saturdays. Just say you are a fan of KYNT or KYNT-V. Yankton travels so well. Great contingent of fans here tonight up at the Watertown Civic Arena, and I expect even more to start funneling in. Folks are getting their concessions and getting themselves ready for Yankton Bucks basketball action. Hey, special shout out to those watching at the KYN-TV Watch Party location, Finney's Sports Bar and Casino, with more TVs and a new improved menu. Bring your friends and family to Finney's for every game. I can tell you off that new menu, I mention it every time, just because it is true. Any burger you get at Finney's is delicious. So, yeah, let them know I told you that. Definitely. And I don't have a specific recommendation because they really are all very good. So that is just facts that I am letting you know right now. This is Yankton Bucks basketball on KYNT, KYN-TV. We'll take a quick break, come back, and play our pregame coach interview with Coach Chris Haynes, all here from the Watertown Civic Arena.
Oh, Sheboygan, I just can't get you off my mind.
There's no better way to tip off your party than with Sheboygan Natural Casing Wieners, all beef hot dogs, or cocktail smokies. Make your party a slam dunk. Put some Sheboygan on the table. Available at your favorite local grocer and produced with pride at Simple Meats in Yankton.
The way it tastes is simply divine. I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Have you heard the news? Board-certified pulmonologist Dr. Scott Helberg has joined Yankton Medical Clinic, bringing his expertise in lung conditions to help our communities. Plus, he sees patients as young as 12 years old. When you're ready to breathe easy, rest easy. Call 605-665-1082 to make your appointment with Dr. Helberg. At Yankton Medical Clinic PC, Dr. Helberg is just one more way in which they provide so much care so close to home.
Welcome back to the Hy-Vee pregame show. This is Bryce Ladwig. It's time for our pregame coach interview brought to you by 1919 Root Beer, the creamiest full-bodied draft root beer available. You can find it on tap at Charlie's Pizza or in cans at Yankton Hy-Vee. We're going to go ahead and use our post-game coach interview from the Mitchell matchup this past Friday with Coach Chris Haynes as our pregame interview. And let's jump right into the conversation.
Coach, tough loss, especially after such a hot start for Yankton. Let's talk that first half. Well, first, Yankton got off to a hot start and really was in a really good position at halftime. It's just when the third quarter started, Mitchell outscored the Bucks 18-6. Kind of a three-headed question, but kind of what adjustments did Mitchell make to make that happen? From your standpoint, what did you see?
Yeah, tale of two halves. You know, I thought in the first half the tempo of the game was in our favor. You know, getting up and down a little bit. Our pressure was bothering them. You know, we were able to get some turnovers and scrap for some loose balls and get the game going up and down the floor. And credit to Mitchell, second half, they were able to kind of slow it down and pound it inside, and you know, and they killed us on the boards, which obviously was a concern coming in. So yeah, like I said, tale of two halves. Just got to give Mitchell credit for hanging in there and battling and chipping away at us. Then they hit some big shots there in the third quarter too to get in that lead, and then even when they did miss, it didn't seem like we could get that key rebound. So, you know, like I said, tale of two halves. I thought the tempo and momentum was in our favor, obviously, in the first half, and then Mitchell was able to turn that midway there in the third quarter. and kind of kept the tempo and the momentum their way the rest of the time.
We'll start going around the horn with the players. You know how I like to do that. So let's talk Isaiah Skelhouse, Landon Potts, to kind of those guys just coming off the bench, just really making their mark. Is it just nice having those guys? You know they're going to do their job when they get on the floor.
Yeah, they gave us good minutes, and Cooper gave us good minutes again, too.
Yep.
And I'll try to get him back in there in the second half a little bit more, and just couldn't quite do it. And but we're going to need those guys as the season goes on, and now here as we go into January and February and how jam tight the games are going to be. It's going to be, we're going to need some bench guys, and we're going to need some productive minutes from those guys.
Before we talk about rugby battling through tonight, let's talk about Drew. Kind of what you come to expect from him as the kind of sharp shooter, but what a first half shooting for him.
Yeah, Drew's been good all year, and he had good looks tonight, and we want him to keep shooting those. Every time he's open, we want him, catching and shooting and being ready to catch and shoot the whole time. And he didn't have as many of them go in, I think, as he would have liked or that he normally probably would have. But like I said, Drew had good looks all night, and we want him taking those shots.
And, of course, you don't want this to be the focal point of the conversation, but I do want to bring it up. But obviously rugby, a game-time decision. He does go out there tonight. You could tell he's not at 100%, but he battled through. That's just the kind of kid he is.
Yeah, he's a competitor, no doubt. Obviously, suffered a lower leg injury earlier in the week, and we weren't sure if he was going to be able to go until literally right up until almost tip-off time. But it got a little bit better all week, and then obviously it got a lot better in the last 24 hours. So, got to give a lot of credit to Trevor Woods, our trainer. He went above and beyond to get ready, to do everything he could to get rugby ready for this game. And yeah, I thought, rugby battled out there, and certainly his injury had nothing to do with the game. Mitchell just executed. Bottom line is Mitchell executed better than we did in the second half, and they made the plays when they needed to.
I know, way too early preview, Coach. What can you tell me about Watertown?
Yeah, a team that's very scrappy, a new head coach, and Coach McClemens, and his teams notoriously are hard-nosed and scrappy and physical. And obviously going up there and playing in a hostile environment will be another good test for us.
Coach, always appreciate the time, and thanks for joining us.
You bet. Thanks, Bryce.
Again, that was from the post game of the Mitchell matchup this past Friday. Caught up with Coach Chris Haynes, talked about the matchup, and then, of course, a very quick preview on Watertown here this evening. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Hy-Vee pregame show.
What does your phone and an auto show have in common? When you go to BillionAuto.com, everything. Start searching over 7,000 vehicles instantly. Chevys, Kias, GMCs, Toyotas, Fords, Hondas, Rams, and much more. Plus, negotiate your best deal on all pre-owned vehicles and apply for credit pre-approval all within a matter of minutes. 17 new car brands and thousands of used cars all in the palm of your hand. It's like an auto show every day at BillionAuto.com. All applications accepted. Not all will be approved.
It's time for a new kind of credit card. One that's with you where you are, wherever life leads. The Evergreen Credit Card by F&BO earns you unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase, every day, every step of the way. For important information and limitations regarding the rewards program, visit fnbo.com/evergreen for complete details. From the great big small bank, ever ready for you to earn more so you can do more. Only with Evergreen by F&BO. Learn more today at fnbo.com/evergreen.
And welcome back to the Hy-Vee pregame show. As help smile in every aisle. The Watertown Civic Arena, Yankton Bucks basketball. Watertown on the season 1-4 record. They defeated Aberdeen 48-30 on Tuesday night for the first victory of the season. First victory for new coach Pat McClemens. And Jake Olson led the Arrows offensively in that game with 14 points. Yankton, most recently, as you just heard, we used the post-game coach interview from the Mitchell matchup. They fell to Mitchell 51-44 Friday night, scoring just 13 points in the second half of that game. So just a situation, they came out really strong in the first half, and as Coach Haynes, his exact words, a tale of two halves. Drew Lycan led Yankton with 15 on the night. Time for our key player of the game, brought to you by Missouri River Associates. Looking for insurance agents that have the knowledge to point you in the right direction? Contact Missouri River Associates in Yankton. Well, tonight it actually is going to be Drew Lycan again. If rugby is out there, and he will be, but if he's not 100% yet, more scoring will be relied on with Drew and Mac. there on their perimeter, especially with Matt cutting to the basket. But Drew Reichen, of course, that sniper, especially in the corners. And hopefully an offense can be facilitated for him and he can get those open shots, because Yankton, as Coach Chris Haynes said, they want him taking those shots. He's 15.3 points per game so far this season, 3.3 steals per game, so no slouch in the defensive end either. 37% from three, and knock on wood, and I actually am knocking on wood, so you can't blame me later. 100% from the free throw line. Lead scorer for Yankton so far this season, Rugby Reichen, 19.3 points per game, 8.6 assists. Did set the new Yankton High School single game assist record, which was previously held by his father, Mark Reichen. So a family business there. 50% at the line for Rugby, 20% from three. Just had a couple really rough perimeter shooting games early on, but made up for it in some other spectacular ways. But I'm sure that number will continue climbing. Vision of the game brought to you by Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. So I reached into the bag of cliches, okay, and I pulled out one just for a joke, but it actually is very true, okay? The Yankton Bucks just need to play a complete game. We heard all about going tale of two halves. Yankton needs to come out strong, and they need to just keep it that way. They need to find out what works for them and make sure they don't come out flat to begin the second half of action. That is absolutely vital here tonight. Officials of the game are brought to you by the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the court. Our program has everything listed from all the vendors to, I joke, but all the way down to like the 5th grade level. We don't have officials, but I'm sure they will do an excellent job. And if I can hear that announcement of who they are tonight, I will let you know as soon as I know as well. We'll take a break for our national anthem. Come back with your starting lineups. Yankton Bucks basketball and the Hy-Vee pregame show here from the Watertown Civic Arena. I'm Bryce Ladwig.
Do you go through every day dealing with pain? Does chronic or acute pain affect the decisions you make and the quality of your life? It doesn't have to. It's time to visit the experts. Whether you're suffering from neck and back pain, work-related injuries, headaches, fibromyalgia, joint pain, or any other type of debilitating discomfort, Avera Medical Group Pain Management Clinic Yankton can offer you relief. They listen, they care, and they can help. That's Avera Medical Group Pain Management Clinic Yankton at 605-655-1220. Live better, live balanced. Avera.
Whether it's to watch the game, eat out with family, or grab lunch with friends, Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is everyone's favorite place to eat. Checkers menu has mouth-watering burgers, satisfying sandwiches and wraps, and of course, wings. With 18 specialty wing flavors, there's a sauce for everyone. Like to mix it up? Try their sauce of the month. Head to Checkers Tuesday to Sunday from 11 to 11 on Walnut, just north of 4th Street in Yankton.
It's a new year and a great time for a new look for your company.
And JJ Benji's is a great resource for new company clothing for your employees.
If you don't know what to get or what's new, JJ Benji's can help.
JJ Benji's has lots of ideas on what the hottest apparel items are, the most popular styles and material.
For screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products for your company, see JJ Benji's, 201 Pine Street, downtown Yankton in the Meridian District.
When I'm searching for adventure, I find it on the range. Archery challenges me to be curious, see opportunity, and welcome big challenges. It teaches me to focus and never quit until the last arrow hits. Archery allows me to show my spirit at Mount Marty University. How do you show your adventurous side? Schedule your campus visit to Mount Marty University at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Bicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
I'm Dave Holland, physical therapist at Overland Rehab. Whether you've sustained a new injury, had a recent surgery, or tired of lingering pain you experience from simple, everyday tasks, physical therapy could be the solution. At Overland Rehab, we'll create a physical therapy plan for your health needs and goals. Contact us today for convenient appointments in 8 locations in Northeast Nebraska and 1 right here in Yankton, located on West 8th Street, otherwise known as the Lake Road.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
And welcome back to the Hy-Vee pregame show. This is Bryce Ladwig, and we are moments away from your opening tip. Your ESD Conference action, Yankton Bucks, Watertown Arrows. Time for your starting lineups, brought to you by First Chiropractic Center. Full health with hands-on healing. Maybe lost my place here. All right, so we're going to start with the Watertown Arrows. They are coached by Pat McClemens, who used to coach with former ESD Conference champion coach Mike Michelson for the Yankton Bucks when he was over at Wessington Springs. So connection there to Yankton as well. Always like to see it. We'll start with the Yankton Bucks here tonight. Starting number 2, 5'10" senior Drew Reichen. Number 3, 5'10" senior Mac Reichen. Number 4, 6' senior Rumblin' Rugby Reichen. And then 6'3" senior Cody Oswald. And finally 6'6" senior Michael Moores. And for the Watertown Arrows, number 4, 6' junior Dylan Rodden. And number 13, 6'1" senior Dalton Bomberger. So Rodden and Bomberger. All right, here we go. 6'3" junior Caden Bokamp. And number 10, 6' junior Cohen Kranz. And number... last one here. And number 20, 6'2" junior Jake Olson. Just scored 14 points against Aberdeen. Hit 4 3-pointers in Watertown's first victory of the season. Should mention head coach for the Yankton Bucks, Coach Chris Haynes, assisted by Jason Savvy, Sawyer Schmitz, and Matt Decker. Folks, we are moments away. It is time for your opening tip-off. That was the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee is a helpful smile in every aisle. Michael Moores meeting Bokamp there at the midcourt. Again, thanks for joining us. Yankton Bucks basketball is live here from the Watertown Civic Arena. Watertown wins the tip. Rodden moves over to the right now. A quick handoff up top to Olson. Olson dribbles off to his right side, sends it over to the right side just past the three-point stripe. Ball's moved down into the low post near the end line. Left side now driving. It is Rodden driving, and we have a travel called. They're on the baseline. It's Yankton basketball. Yankton Bucks moving left to right on your screen or listening device. Watertown right to left. Robbie Reichen brings it across the midline here. Hands off to Mac Reichen up top. Now back to Michael Moore's left side. Down low, Cody Oswald. Low post and doesn't even use the glass. Nice basket down low for Cody Oswald. Oswald gets the scoring started. It's Yankton 2, Watertown nothing. Not even a minute into this matchup. And now near corner. Now Rodden. Over to the right side. It is Olson. Back to Rodden left side. And now Bokamp. Bokamp now into the corner to Olson. Olson jab step, drives the end line, getting a quick soft double team and sends it back out to the perimeter on the right side. Rodden now, quick step around his defender after he almost traveled and drains it just inside the three-point line. So we're knotted up at 2. 6:38 to go here in the first period. It's Cody Oswald. Oswald now, low block again. And again, just nothing but net. Cody Oswald finding that touch each end of the low post. And now it's Jake Olson up top. Sends it over to the right side to Rodden. Now to Olson. Beauchamp. And now it's Bomberger. And Bomberger for three, can't get it. Missed it a little bit long, and a travel is called on Watertown. It is Yankton basketball. 4-2 lead for Yankton. 6:09 to go in the opening period here from Watertown Civic Arena. ESD Conference Basketball. These two teams have been going at each other for, well, since the beginning of time, really, but especially the last 5 years, some really close games. And now it's Drew Reichen. On the near wing, hand off to Cody Oswald. Oswald kicks to the corner. Michael Moores launches a three. Missed it long. Drew Reichen will be called for an over the back. And that'll be his team first foul of the half. It'll be Olson inbounding it to Rodden. Now Rodden goes off to the right side. Quick handoff. Hands off to Kranz, and now to Olson again. Olson right side. Overhead pass now to Rodden on the left wing. Pass down low to Olson. Back to the basket. Michael Moores on the defense. Turnaround jumper. Missed it on the back iron. A little bit of misfire. Creative pass for Michael Moores, getting it to Rugby Reichen. Now he's on the right wing. Bounce pass down low to Michael Moores. Gets tripped up by some defenders. Ball goes out of play. Last touched by Watertown. It's Bucks basketball under their own hoop. Mac Reichen to inbound for Yankton. And now Mac fades it into Cody Oswald in the high block. Now over to Michael Moores. Drew Reichen, deep three on the far wing. You can count it. Drew Reichen drains one for Yankton. First three of the game. Yankton leads 7-2. 5 minutes to go in the opening period. Rodden drives and he goes under the rim and then through and puts it up. It is good. He has all four for Watertown. Bounce pass down low for Yankton. Michael Moores in the paint, puts it in off the glass. It is good. Pace is picking up here. 9-4 lead for Yankton. 4.5 minutes to go in the first period. Watertown with the basketball. It's Rodden there in the far corner. And Beauchamp now over to Olson through his hands into the Yankton bench. It's Bucks basketball. And now Mac Reichen is off to Rugby Reichen. Marcus Rabin comes in for Watertown, and he comes in for Dalton Bomberger. Now Mac Reichen in the short corner. Sends out to Drew Reichen on the near arc. Michael Moores. Drew Reichen, 4-3 back iron misfire. And foul will be going on Cody Oswald. Another over the back going on Yankton. His first, team second. 4:06 to go here in the first period. It's a 9-4 lead for Yankton. Olson into Rodden. Rodden will walk the ball up for Watertown. Yankton will meet him right at midcourt. It'll be Mac Reichen awaiting him. And Mac Reichen, dangerous but good effective defense. Was off-ball defending Rodden on top. They kind of almost tackled him a little bit, almost out of bounds, but no foul is called. Ball is last touched by Mac Reichen. It is Watertown basketball. Landon Potts comes in for Rugby Reichen. Drew Reichen also checks out. Isaiah Skellhouse in for him for Yankton. Olson for three, top of the key, and just grazes the front of the rim. Rebounded by Landon Potts. Potts now brings it down the court. Sends over to Michael Moores on the far corner. His pass across the court is taken away by Rodden. Now it's Watertown with the basketball. He drives in, and he puts it up with his left and lays it in traffic. Dylan Rodden with 6 points, all 6 Watertown points coming from him right now. It's a 9-6 lead for Yankton, 3:23 to go in the first. Michael Moores drives the end line, puts it up, air ball down low, and Nice hustle by Isaiah Skelhaus. Almost saves the ball as it was going out of bounds, but into Watertown hands. And now Kranz. Out top to Olsen. Olsen back to Kranz, guarded by Mac Reichen. Hand off to Olsen. He's guarded by Michael Moores. And now Rabin to Olsen. Opposite side, it's Engstrom. Engstrom drives, and we have a jump ball. Nice defense down low from Mac Reichen. Possession arrow favors the Bucks. Rodden checks out for Watertown. And checking in is Brody Torgerson. In for Yankton, Cooper Grotenhuis. And he comes in for Cody Oswald. So right now it's Landon Potts, Mac Reichen, Cooper Grotenhuis, Michael Moores, and Isaiah Skelhaus. Mac Reichen has it on the right arc. Quick drive, jumper at the free throw line, front rim, no. And now Engstrom brings it down the right side of the court to Olsen. Olsen looking off to his right, finds Engstrom, launches a three. It's good. Knotted up at 9. 2.5 minutes to go in the first. Mac Reichen hustling down the right side. Now he'll cut to the middle. Finally crosses the midline. Low dribble, drives, and will draw a foul. And that will go on Torgerson. That's his first personal and first team of the half. Yankton has 2 team fouls. Michael Morris checks out. Cody Oswald checking back into the game. And now Landon Potts gives it over to Mac Reichen. Matt crosses the midline. Goes around Isaiah Skelhaus. Now drives into the elbow, into the paint, puts it up with his left. Creative shot, can't quite finish at the rim. Ball goes out of bounds. They're saying last touch by Mac Reichen. It's Watertown basketball. Folks are tied up at 9 here. 2:07 to go in the first. It's Watertown basketball. Bomberger brings it up the left side of the floor. Bomberger now moves it over to the right side. That's to Rabine. Rabine now. Engstrom. And Cooper Grotenhuis showing that excellent defense that he has shown all last year. Takeaway by Landon Potts. He gets into the passing lane. It's Potts versus 3 Watertown Arrows. Pulls up the reins a little bit in the block and gives it to Cooper Grotenhuis. Grotenhuis turnaround with his left and banks it in. Cooper Grotenhuis, nice basket. Yankton back on top, 11-9 lead now. 1.5 minutes to go in the first. And now it's Beaucamp. Beaucamp has the pass taken away. Mac Reichen, one man to beat, lays it in. It's a Mac attack. 13-9 lead for the Yankton Bucks. 1:10 to go in the first. Watertown trying to answer quickly. Three-pointer up for Watertown. Rattles in and out. And that was from Bomberger. Couldn't get it to go. Yankton with the rebound. Mac Reichen brings it down the left side of the floor. No, far block. Cody Oswald, turnaround jumper on the kind of short corner area, and he has 6 points tonight. Perfect shooting so far. 15-9 lead for the Bucks. 42 seconds to go in the first. And now Engstrom drives and will be fouled before the shot. Answer to go on Cody Oswald. That is his second, if it is on Cody Oswald. Let me double check here. So it's actually on Landon Potts, his first and team third. So on the floor right now for Yankton, it is Drew Reichen, Rugby Reichen, Cody Oswald, Landon Potts, and Cooper Grotenhuis after substitutions. Pass taken away by Drew Reichen. Another steal. And Drew up to Rugby. On the far arc, he drives under the basket, kicks it out to the corner, Landon Potts. 18-foot jumper for Potts. Grazes the bottom of the net, so an air ball for the Bucks. And Jake Olsen brings it up for the Arrows. No shot clock needed. We're at the 22nd mark. And now it's Kranz. Hands it off to Dylan Rodden, who's back in. Rodden, loser to the left. It's Rabine. Rabine now. To Olsen for 3 at the buzzer. Can't quite get it. And actually, we might have time for a shot. Cody Oswald, did he get it off? They're going to wave it off anyway. Was no good. Rugby Riken got the rebound with just over a second remaining, and quarterback passed that thing down the floor as he tries to do almost every game. And Cody Oswald about half a second too late. Shot missed anyhow. So after the first quarter, it is Yankton 15, Watertown 9 here at the Watertown Civic Arena. This is Yankton Bucks basketball on KYNT, KYN-TV, back in 60 seconds.
Your friends at your Cenex convenience store wish you a safe and happy holiday season. As you gather with family and friends, don't forget what's really important. Peace, love, and all the other essentials, like gravy for on top of the turkey, marshmallows for on top of the candied yams, and whipped cream for, well, on top of everything.
Shop Easy is owned and operated by the Santee Sioux Nation and is open 24/7 for your convenience, just south of the Discovery Bridge on Highway 81.
When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. For over 40 years, Sureco has been revolutionizing the tarping industry. From the original Sherlock side-to-side roll tarp to the 4500 series electric tarp to the ProTrap electric hoppers, Sureco has been exceeding the needs of farms and fleets across the U.S. and beyond. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at Sureco.com. Make it Sureco.
And we begin the second quarter of action here in Watertown. Rodden puts up a quick three, can't get it. Rugby Riken with the rebound. He hustles down the floor, splits a couple arrows. Now to Drew Riken. Drew Riken on the perimeter. Landon Potts on the far side. Gives it over to Mac Riken. He drives in, and we call for a travel. I think he was pushed a little bit. Yankton bias coming through, but I think he was pushed a little bit on that. But if they're not going to call it, then yes, that was a travel. And Olsen up top. Down to Crayons. And now it's Rabine. Rabine has the ball taken away. It's Rugby Riken. No look pass to Mac Riken. Mac at the rim. Can't finish, but will be going to the line for two. Beautiful pass from Rugby Riken to Mac. Mac just about 3 feet behind him on his immediate left. Just a simple handoff. You know, a simple no-look handoff from Rugby Riken. So Mac Riken will be shooting two. That foul is going on Dylan Rodden. And Mac misses the first. On the season, 50% at the line. And law of averages, that just went down a few ticks. And we're waiting for something. All right, here we go. Mac bends the knees, sends up his second shot, and that one is good. 16-9 lead for the Bucks. 7:15 to go in the first half. Landon Potts with the big almost takeaway. He got right in front of the ball, went streaming into his own bench and saved it. No look, kind of whipped it behind him, but went into Watertown hands. Rabin for three. It's good up top and straightaway. That helps Watertown get closer. They now trail the Bucks by just 4. 16-12 lead for Yankton. Bucks with the basketball. 6:47 to go in the first half. Mac drives, kicks out to the corner to Drew. Drew, three-pointer, can't get it, but follows his own shot and takes it away from a Watertown arrow. And now he sends it out top to Cody Oswald. Now Rugby will reset the offense for Yankton. Tries to split a couple defenders. You can tell he is favoring that ankle just a bit on that drive there. This is the battler that Rugby Riken is for the Bucks. It is Yankton basketball. Rugby will inbound kind of in that short corner area on the near side. It does so to Cody Oswald. Oswald now back to Rugby. Rugby drives the end line. Kicks it to the corner. Landon Potts for three. Unloads. Missed it just short. And ricochets into the hands of Jake Olsen for Watertown. He goes up to Rodden. Now back to Olsen. Olsen on the right side. Olsen step back, jumper, short rim. Rugby Riken brings it in for the Bucks. He sends it over to the right side to Mac Riken. Mac now, stutter step. Actually, may have lost his footing. That's why that happened. His pass to Rugby streaking into the paint is taken away. And Rugby is a little slow coming up the court now for the Bucks. And now it is Rodden up top for Watertown. Rugby takes it away. And now Rugby has Olsen to beat. Some contact and does lay it in. And no foul is called, but doesn't matter. Rugby Riken with a big rumbling basket. We have a timeout on the floor. Timeouts are brought to you by Hedro in Yankton, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please move forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves the smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are, so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
And 18-12 is the score. Yankton Bucks on top of the Watertown Arrows here with 5:44 to go in the second. Special thanks to a couple of our sportscaster partners. America's Best Realty. Tired of renting or apartment living? Ready to upgrade or own your own home? Call America's Best Realty at 260-1600 and unlock the American dream. And Boston Shoes to Boots. Footwear expert since 1915, Boston Shoes to Boots carries high-quality work boots, casual, athletic, and dress shoes for men and women. Located at 3rd and Broadway or bostonshoestoboots.com. And Elwood Family Dental Care, where they take care of the entire family and are always welcoming new patients. Watertown basketball is Jake Olson on the far perimeter. One step inside the stripe. Now hands out to Rodden. Rodden now picks up his dribble back to Olson. Olson will reset it up top with running mate Caden Beauchamp. And now Beauchamp dead on three from the top of the key. He can't get it, but the ball is loose. Is Michael Moores having it taken away by Olson. And then Olson may have been fouled, but nothing was called as Yankton basketball. Drew Riken there to clean up the mess. Riken now sends it over to Cody Oswald. Oswald now dribbles with his right hand off to Rugby. Rugby one step inside the free throw line, hands it to Cody Oswald. His jumper just short. And now it's Rodden moving down the left side of the floor. And Cran's up for three. Left wing, no. Nice rebound by Cody Oswald. Gives it up to Rugby. Rugby going down the right side. Cross-court pass to Mack. Now to Drew. Drew. Down low pass. Michael Moores. Nice lay-in. Michael Moores. Great sequence for Yankton. Rugby to Mack. To Drew. To Michael Moores. 20-12 lead for Yankton, 4:20 to go in the first half. It's Rodden for Watertown. Up top to Olson. Olson drives in, and there is some contact there. They're going to get, I believe, Mac Rakin on the foul.
That is his first and 14 foul.
No, Michael Moores with the foul. His first and team fourth. Cooper Grotenheis coming in for Yankton. Rugby Riken comes out. Isaiah Skellhouse coming in. And he is in for Michael Moores. And Crayons with a long two. I was waiting to call it. Didn't you see if he stepped on the line? Didn't see the signal, but a long two in the corner. So his first points in the game for Watertown. It is 20-14. Bucks lead with Drew Riken on the left wing. Now to Cody Oswald. Up top to Mack. Mack now dribbles in. And in traffic. And beats his man. Puts it up with his right midair. Mack Riken. 4 points on the night for him. 5 points. It is 22-14. Yankton with the lead here in the first half. 3:33 to go until the Avera halftime show. Make sure you stick around. Rabin. Corner. Olson for three. Missed it long. Drew Riken with a nice rebound. Sends it forward to Mack Riken. Mack to Drew. To Skellhouse. Skellhouse now. Oswald. Oswald 2 feet inside the three-point line and sends it up. It is good. The Wizard strikes again. He has 8 points in the game. 24-14 now. Make that 24-16 as Rabine hits a nice basket in the low post. Just went straight to the basket from the top of the key. And now Drew Reichen slowing down the pace up to Cody Oswald. Oswald. 0 to Mac Reichen. And Mac Reichen's pass down to Cody Oswald is intercepted. And now Kranz. To Engstrom. Engstrom drives and stood up straight up by Drew Reich. A nice defense down there in the short corner. They're near the baseline. Engstrom now. He's cut off by Cooper Grotenhuis now. Jake Olson up top for Watertown. Dribbles with his right. And backdoor pass intended and executed for Cohen Kranz. 24-18 lead for the Bucks. 1:49 to go in the first half. Mac Reichen drives and will be called for a charge. His first, team fifth. And it's Watertown basketball. On the floor right now for the Yankton Bucks, Cody Oswald, Michael Moores, Mac Reichen, Drew Reichen, Rugby Reichen. 24-18 the score. Yankton on top. 1:35 to go in the first half. It's Olson to Kranz. Kranz back to Olson on the right side. Kicks it to the corner. Rabine thought about a three and sends it up top. And to the corner, it's Kranz for three. It's good. 7 points for Cohen Kranz here tonight. And that brings Watertown to a one-possession deficit from Yankton. Yankton leading 24-21. Couple takes over 1 minute to go in the first half. Cody Oswald over to a Rugby on the left side. Now to Drew Reichen for three. You can count it, Drew Reichen. Three for the Drew crew. He has 6 here tonight. Extends the Yankton lead to 6, 27-21. 53 seconds to go in the first half. Watertown trying to answer before the buzzer. Up top, it's Olson. Olson straight away moves off to his right. Kicks it into the corner. And for three, it's Dalton Bomberger. He hits it for Watertown. Back to a three-point game. 27-24 Bucks. Not even a full second separate game clock and shot clock. Yankton can basically have the last shot if they so choose. Rugby will hold on to the basketball. Just has to get moving here. Here he goes. Up top. No, he stalls again. Here comes the count. 5 seconds in the shot clock. Rugby. Cross-court corner pass. Ill-advised pass was taken away by Kranz at the buzzer. Sends a half-court shot. Hits the shot clock. No good. At the half, it is Yankton leading 27-24. Folks, strap in. We're in for another classic Watertown Yankton ESD clash here at the Watertown Civic Arena. That second half is coming your way, but first, the Avera halftime show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here on KYNT, KYNTV.
Are you looking for a new opportunity? Check out Truxedo in Yankton, South Dakota. Truxedo has an opening in their safety department. We're looking for a motivated and positive candidate to join our team and fill the role of a senior EH&S specialist. This role will recommend changes to protect workers and educate employees using safety training programs and tools to prevent accidents. This is an opportunity you won't want to miss. Visit Truxedo.com/careers to learn more about this position and to apply.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? Then give First Chiropractic Centers a call. We've been helping people get back into their game for over 40 years. Whether your game is sports related, like ice skating, snowmobiling, or simply shoveling snow, household chores, exercising, or daily activities, if your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. Call First Chiropractic Centers today or visit us at firstchiropracticcenter.com. Whole health with hands-on healing.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
At Ladwig Family Dental Care, we see patients from 1 to 101.
Come experience our gentle touch while you relax in our massage chairs and watch TV. Patients are loving our new digital scanner. No more ooey gooey gaggy impressions.
We'd love to meet you, and we're always accepting new patients. Call 665-2530 to make an appointment. Ladwig Family Dental Care, where we take care of the entire family.
Stops in the paint, kicks left side. Archambault rocks the three. Got it! Three-pointer. Mason Archambault buries a three. Red versus blue. Coyotes and Jackrabbits. The biggest rivalry in the state is renewed in the Sanford Coyote Sports Center Saturday, January 14th, as the South Dakota men's basketball team takes on South Dakota State. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. Tickets are available at goyotes.com. We are South Dakota.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
Are you new to the Yankton area, or have you lived here your entire life and just bought that house in the corner you've loved since you were a kid? Have an agent that lives, works, and raises their family right alongside of you. You may know me. I'm Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates in Yankton. Give me a call or even stop me in the store, and let's set up a time and make sure all of your insurance policies are right.
Missouri River Associates, 605-665-6885. Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
And welcome to the Avera Halftime Show. Avera moving health forward. Yankton Bucks are currently leading 27-24 at the half, and we're in for another classic ESD conference game between these two schools. Every year I've been doing this, it's always a close game, and I mean every single time. Maybe only one has been past a couple possession games. So these two teams always face each other very close, and wouldn't expect anything less. But good first half for both squads, especially Yankton getting off to a pretty decent start. Kind of slowed up there near the latter half of the first couple of frames. But let's get into our stats review. We'll start with Watertown. 6 points currently for Dylan Rodden and Cohen Crayons with 7 points. Dalton Bomberger with 3. Will Engstrom with 3. Marcus Rabine with 5. In the Yankton Bucks, Drew Reichen has 6 tonight, 2 3-pointers. Mac Reichen with 5. A couple nice cuts and 1 of 2 at the line so far. Rugby Reichen with 2. Cody Oswald with 8 points tonight. He has found his spot on the floor, and that is anywhere within about 10 feet. He's being very efficient here tonight. Cooper Grotenheis with 2, and Michael Moores with 4. That is your first half stats recap. Let's go ahead and check our out-of-town scoreboard. And from what I remember, we should have some updates to give you. Definitely not those West River 9 o'clock games. I will not be giving you updates on those. I'm not staying on that long, everyone. But just to remind you again, Spearfish is hosting Brandon Valley. Douglas is hosting Harrisburg. Sturgis is hosting Rapid City Central. And Rapid City Stevens is hosting Campbell County High School out of Gillette, Wyoming. In my obligatory mention that is my alma mater. I will be doing that every time I see that school just because it's such a random school. A good school, but random when you're in Yankton, South Dakota. Of course, we have our game here. For those just joining, Yankton leading Watertown 27-24. Sioux Falls Lincoln is currently leading Huron 49-23. That is at halftime, and that is at Huron Arena. And then Mitchell at the Corn Palace is leading Brookings 37-15. That is at halftime. And then just starting their second period, it is Sioux Falls Washington, the 5C, or not the 5C, but the number 5 overall team in the South Dakota High School basketball media power rankings, leading the number 1 team 14-11. That number 1 team being Sioux Falls Jefferson. We'll take another break here on the Avera Halftime Show. Come back with your second half action. This is Yankton Bucks basketball from the Watertown Civic Arena on KYNT, KYNT-TV.
If you love technology and know your way around a computer, Yankton Computer and Network Services is looking for you. Yankton Computer is hiring full-time IT network specialists and computer repair technicians. They offer competitive wages and excellent benefits. Experience is a must, along with strong communication and organizational skills and a sharp attention to detail. Put your passion for computers and networking to work with a new career at Yankton Computer and Network Services. Email a resume to tnaker@hartel.net or call 664-2222 for more information.
SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
Yankton is thriving. This is Nancy Winandy of Yankton Thrive. We've improved our quality of life in Yankton with projects like the Aquatic Center and Mount Marty Fieldhouse. We've addressed housing issues with the Westbrook Estates development. And to grow our workforce, we've conducted virtual job fairs, recruitment marketing, and offered scholarship opportunities for careers in our high-need areas. Yes, Yankton is thriving thanks to all the great people and companies that make Yankton their home. For more on Yankton Thrive, go to yanktonsd.com.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Do you have dry, sore, or irritated eyes? If so, you may have dry eye. At Vision Care Associates, we offer a simple, fast, and non-surgical procedure to treat black glands in your eyelids that can help your eyes to feel comfortable again. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Fieser to find out about dry eye treatment with our newest technology.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
You feel awful. Stuffy nose, then runny nose, the sniffles too. You don't know what to take to make yourself feel better. This is Michael with Yankton Rexall. When you feel under the weather, you want relief, but there are a lot of over-the-counter choices. Some may even interfere with daily medications you're taking. At Yankton Rexall, our staff is here to help you make the best choice for your health. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923, located in the Meridian District.
Second half action here at Watertown Civic Arena, the Arrows and Bucks. Bucks leading Watertown 27-24 as we begin the second half action. On the floor right now for Yankton are their starters: Mac, Drew, and Rugby, Cody Oswald, and Michael Moores. Rugby Riken now. And Yankton moving right to left on your screen or listening device. Watertown the opposite. Pass from Mac to Drew Riken in the corner, led him a little far. Drew Riken got his hand on the ball and went out of bounds. It's Watertown basketball. Now going down is Dylan Rodden. Rodden now to Kranz. Olsen. Now Beauchamp. In the corner, Drew Riken able to strip it away for the Bucks. Now to Mac Riken. Mack now to Drew, to Rugby. Rugby drives the end line under the basket, up off the glass. It's good, rumbling Rugby. Gets back on the board here tonight. He has 4. Bomberger down low into a Beauchamp. And Beauchamp launches a 3 in the corner. It's good. His first points in the game, and makes that a 29-27 lead for Yankton. A soft full court press from Watertown. Pass down low. Rugby to Mack to Michael Moores. And Moores goes to the basket and is fouled. Are they going to count his shot or not? Let me see. They are counting it. Michael Moores has an and 1 opportunity at the line. And can't convert, misses the free throw. And bringing it down is Rodden for Watertown. Yankton leading 31-27, 6:50 to go in the third. Engstrom to Olsen. Olsen back to Bomberger. Berger now Olsen on the near 3-point wing. Goes to the opposite side. Up top to Rodden. Or Bomberger to Kranz. Kranz drives the elbow now to the high post, down to Olsen. Olsen down low, Bomberger, and is fouled. Drew Rakin will be called for the foul. Bomberger at the line, 4-2. Drew Rakin picks up his second and team first of the half. And a first up for Bomberger is a good. Watertown, 1 of 1 at the line so far in the game. They have yet to be to the line. Not a lot of fouls being called, and I'm thankful for that, obviously. Second attempt is up and no good. Yankton 31, Watertown 28. Drew Rakin for a 3. Near wing, you can count it. Drew Rakin, 3 for the Drew crew. His third 3-pointer here today. He has 9. Yankton 34, Watertown 28. 6 minutes to go in the third. Takeaway by Michael Moores up top. It's him versus Olsen, and Michael Moores finishes at the rim. A takeaway and a conversion at the basket. He has 8 points here tonight. Yankton extends their lead 36-28. 5:45 to go in the third. Olsen struggling to find a passing partner for Watertown, and he finally does. Now Kranz has it in the short corner. Pass down into low post to Olsen, is poked away by Michael Moores. Remains Watertown basketball. And now Rodden to Kranz. Left open for 3. Launches it. Air ball into the hands of Michael Moores. Michael Moores low pass to Mack Rankin. He's able to wrangle it in. Mack now changes gears, drives all the way to the rim. He's fouled and 1 opportunity. It's a Mack attack for Yankton. Mack Rankin. Now Rodden picks up the foul. Mack Rankin now with 7 points in the game. 1 of 2 at the line so far. Make that 1 of 3. Misses that one. And Rodden has 2 fouls. That's 2 team fouls in the half for Watertown. Timeout on the floor taken by the Watertown Arrows. We're going to keep it right here, but your score is Yankton 38, Watertown 28, 5:20 to go in the third. Can Yankton pull away from the Arrows here tonight? I want to thank a few of our sportscaster partners. Without them, this broadcast is not made possible. J&H Cleaning, carpet, upholstery, area rugs, air ducts, dryer vents, power washing, and janitorial services for businesses. Dirty doesn't stand a chance. If it's dirty, J&H can clean it. Check out jhcleaningsd.com. And Kaiser Heating and Cooling. When it comes to heating and cooling, be the wiser and go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Explorers Credit Union. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with a vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at Explorers KYNT.com. 10-point lead for the Bucks. It's Bucks basketball under their own basket. Rugby Reichen into Michael Moores in the straightaway. Now it's to Mac Reichen. Quick handoff to Drew. Drew now, left-handed dribble, push pass to Cody Oswald. Now to Drew, NBA three up top, rattles in and out. And rebounded by Rodden. Rodden hustling down the floor and traveled, and it will be called. Sometimes I just need to give officials a chance. I was about to tear them apart and say, well, that was a travel. Sometimes you just got to give them a second. The travel by Rodden took 6 steps too many. And it is Yankton Bucks basketball. On the floor right now for Yankton, the Reichen clan, Drew Mack Rugby, Cooper Grotenheis, and Michael Moores. Mack with the basketball on the left side. Dribbles out to the right, drives into the paint, and a contested shot, can't quite get it. Rugby tips it to him, and we have a out-of-bounds call. I'm going to say Rugby, when he tipped it, had a foot out of bounds. It's Watertown basketball. 4:50 to go in the third. It's a 10-point lead for Yankton, 38-28. Watertown with the basketball. Rodden brings it across the timeline. Dribbles off to his right, gets himself into the corner. Now dribbles back out, hand out to Olsen. Back to Rodden, drives, free throw line, turn around. Nope, Olsen for three. Up top, no good. Missed it off to the right side. And a quick save in the corner for Watertown from Will Engstrom, but into the hands of the Bucks. And now it's Rugby Reichen up top for Yankton. Quick crossover, free throw line, turn around. Nice pass down low to Michael Moores, and he finishes at the rim. What a pass from Rugby Reichen, and a great finish for Michael Moores. 10 points tonight for Moores. 40-28 is the score. Yankton on top. 4:07 to go in the third. We have a foul. It'll go against Yankton. It'll be Michael Moores picking up his second and team second of the half. Cohen Kranz checks out, and checking in for him is Brody Torgerson. And now Rodden drives, is called for a charge, and it is Yankton Bucks basketball. He got it in the corner and just straight away in the elbow, went right toward the rim. And doesn't matter if you're a player or a brick wall, he was going to go through you, and he did. But he is called for the foul. That's his third and team third of the half. Mac Reichen with the basketball on the right side, sends it over to Rugby. Rugby now resets the offense. Men in motion in the paint. Free throw line, kicks it out to Drew Reichen. Long three, back iron, no. And now Torgerson. Over into the corner. It's Rabin. Rabin now to Engstrom. Engstrom, 15-foot jumper, in and out, no. And a nice save by Jake Olsen. Jake Olsen knew he wasn't going to get the rebound, but he got enough of an angle on it. He just threw that into the chest of Rugby Reich and went out of bounds. It's Watertown basketball. The three Reichens, Cooper Grotenheis and Michael Moores on the floor for Yankton is Torgerson, Rabin, Beauchamp, Kranz, and Rodden on the floor for Watertown. Mac Reichen checks out. Right as I do that, Landon Potts is in for him. Late substitution there. Beauchamp now gets himself trapped there in the low post. Nowhere to go, kicks it out. And now it's Bomberger, who's also in for Watertown. There was a couple late substitutions there. Bomberger drives. Kicks it out to the top. And now Kranz. Kranz will take his turn driving, splits a couple defenders, puts up a quick runner with his right. It is good. Pass down the floor to Michael Moores. Moores will wait for Rugby to catch up. Up top to Rugby. And now to Michael Moores. Up top to Drew. Back to Michael in the corner. Kicks it out to Landon Potts. 4-3 up top. Missed it to the left. Ball was out of bounds. It is Watertown basketball. 2:40 to go in the third. It's a 40-30 lead for Yankton. Watertown basketball. On the floor right now for Yankton, Landon Potts, Cooper Groton-Nice, Michael Moores, Rugby Reichen, and Drew Reichen. Rodden now over to Rabin. Rabin to Beauchamp. Deep right wing. And now Rabin on the left side. This is to Kranz. He drives and gets crowded, kicks it back out to the perimeter. Up for three, Bomberger. He can't get it to go. Rebounded by Yankton. Rugby up top. Drives into the paint and much of a maybe an extra step there. And he puts it up, can't get it. Nice rebound by Cooper Grotenheis. His putback is no good. Rebounded by the Arrows. And now it is Rodden. Rodden out to the perimeter. Rabin had an open three for a second, didn't take it. Pass down low from Bomberger. Now to Rodden. 4-3. Missed it right and then hits the top of the basket. It is Yankton basketball. Cody Oswald coming back in for Yankton. He'll do so for Michael Moores. Ten-point lead for the Yankton Bucks. 1:40 to go in the third. Landon Potts is over to Rugby. Rugby brings it across the timeline. Rugby now. Right wing down to Cody Oswald. Oswald kicks it back out to Rugby now. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Rugby goes against the Oswald screen and loses the ball temporarily. Regains it, now stripped away. It's Olsen. Olsen for Watertown brings it down the left side. His pass, a little errand and a little wide. Torgerson able to control it though. Now Bomberger, his pass into the corner is poked away, but it doesn't matter. He's called for a charge while driving. That's his first and team fourth of the half. And now Mac Reichen coming in. He'll come in for Rugby. And a lot of games coming up for the Yankton Bucks. Rugby Reichen clearly not 100%. Still finding ways to help the team. Such a tough player for the Bucks. But Mac finds an open crease, drives, and is that Mac Reichen or Allen Iverson out there? I swear. That was a nice attack at the basket for Mac Reichen. 42-30. He had an open crease and kind of launched himself away from a defender, but just a really awkward angle made it look very pretty. And a three up for Torgerson and gets a friendly bounce, and he drains it for the Arrows. Pace is starting to pick back up. 42-33 lead for Yankton. 21 seconds to go in the third. Yankton, if they so choose, can have the last shot here. Landon Potts deep up in the front court. And now Mac Reichen, opposite side, here on the left. 8 seconds. Mac puts on the afterburners, drives into the paint. And kick out to the corner. It's Potts. 4-3. Can't get it to go. Oswald tip to Drew Reichen at the buzzer. Puts it back up. Air ball missed it a bit tall. And after the third, it is Yankton 42 and Watertown 33. This is Yankton Bucks basketball on KYNT, KYNT-TV. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh is the stop to make any time of the day. Enjoy breakfast items, made-to-order sandwiches, burgers, and more from the Hy-Vee Market Grill. Daily $5 meal specials are from 11 to 7, and find convenient on-the-go meal offerings and select grocery staples, including fresh produce and fresh bakery items, too. There's something for everyone at Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh of Yankton.
Shop Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
With all the snow and cold temperatures, it's that time of year when people want to plan a trip somewhere warm and sunny. Do your research and purchase from known companies. Your version of luxury accommodations and close to the beach can be completely different than their version. Know exactly what you're to get from your purchase and who to reach out to if issues arise. And make sure that you get everything in writing. If you should have issues with your travel package, call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986 or visit their website consumer.sd.gov for more information.
All right, we begin the fourth quarter of action. Watertown with the basketball. It is Crayons. Over to Olson. Yankton leading 42-33. And an offense foul going on Watertown. Bit of a moving screen there, and that's going to go against Olson. His first and team fifth of the half. Mac Reichen brings the ball up for Yankton. It's Mac and Drew, Reichen, Cooper Grotenheis, Cody Oswald, and Michael Moores. Mac drives the paint again, puts it up with his right, and misses a little bit to the left. And Olson gets the rebound, sends it to Rodden. Rodden now, quick crossover. He's in the paint, tries to do the same thing himself. Ball blocked away partially. I guess give half a block credit to Cooper Grotenheis and Cody Oswald. Both very soft blocks, but the ball was clearly altered and sent out of bounds. And it's Watertown basketball. And now Olson gets the inbound. On the right side, on the wing, drives and bullies his way down low, puts it in off the glass. Jake Olson. His first points in the game after leading Watertown in points versus Aberdeen Central with 14. We had a loose ball for Yankton on the floor. It's Cooper Grotenheis. Timeout is called by Coach Chris Haynes, and they don't want to give up that possession, so timeout on the floor. Timeouts are brought to you by Hedro in Yankton, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here. I want to thank a few of our sportscaster partners. And Aztec, Colburn Pioneers changed names to Aztec, and change can be a good thing. Aztec is offering a healthy sign-on bonus, wage and benefits, plus walk-in interviews. Build your career with a group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. And Midwest Insurance Agency, a local independent insurance agency offering insurance from a local South Dakota company to Smet Farm Mutual. Midwest Insurance Agency is located just east of the Yankton Bowl. And One Office Solution, the one source for all your office products, including copiers, furniture, and office supplies. One Office Solution is located next to Pizza Ranch on Broadway in Yankton. And Michael Moores, it's the inbound over to Mac Reichen. Into the corner, Drew Reichen. The three Reichens, Michael Moores and Cody Oswald in the game now for the Bucks. Cody Oswald up top. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Back to the basket. Mid-post, turnaround jumper. It's good. The Wizard hits it. Cody Oswald having a great night. 10 points for Cody Oswald. And now Rodden. And we have a foul going on Mac Reichen. Apologize for the delay. Trying to see what was being called here. Mac Reichen picks up his second, his third, and team third of half. And a three-pointer is up for Watertown. It is good, and it could be a 4-point play. And Watertown with the steal after the free throw was good for Rodden, but Yankton gets it right back. And playing catch-up here. Michael Moores with the basketball to Drew Reichen. Drew Reichen thought about a long three. Now to Cody Oswald. Your score, 44-38. Yankton on top. Yankton with the basketball, 6:12 to go in the fourth. So 44-38 the score. Cody Oswald with the inbound, and what a pass from the inbound. Cody Oswald lays it in. Awkward angle, but he made it happen. Cody Oswald with 12 points tonight. 46-38. And now steal for Yankton. Pass down low to Michael Moores, or down court, and he is fouled. And Michael Moores will go into line for two. Things are happening so fast tonight. Keeping my stats, and every time I look down the last three possessions, something crazy is happening. And Michael Moores. At the line, 4-2. On the season, Michael Moores 50% at the line entering today's game. Misses his first. 46-38 is the score. Yankton leading the Watertown Arrows. 5:57 to go in the fourth. Michael Moores bends the knee, sends up his next shot, and that one's no good either. Yankton struggling at the line this season, really. But here we go, 46-38. Yankton on top, 5:48 to go in the fourth. It's Watertown basketball. And Michael Moores, we called for a reach-in foul. He was up top playing defense, trying to get into the passing lane. Caught with his hand in the cookie jar. And that is his third. And team fifth. On the court right now for Yankton, Oswald, the three Rikens, and Michael Moores. Rodden to Olsen. Olsen down to Cran's ball, taken away by Drew Riken. He gives it up to Rugby. Rugby pushing down the left side of the floor. Puts on the afterburners, back to the basket now, mid-block, and backdoor pass to Michael Moores. He lays it in. Great facilitator here tonight for Yankton is Rugby. Hasn't really been getting the baskets, but he's helping the team in so many other ways when he has that ball. It is 48-38 the score, and another backdoor pass for Watertown. Crayons banks it in. Now an 8-point game. Yankton on top. 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Rugby handoff to Drew. Deep right wing. Mac Riken, hard pass in the corner. Rugby for three. Missed it a little bit long, but rebound by Drew Riken. He's under the basket. Kicks it out to the perimeter. Cody Oswald. Cross-court pass to Mac. Was deflected, but still ends up in Mac's hands. Mac drives. Backdoor pass. Michael Moores. It's good. That same shot has been working all day, and that same play for Yankton. Michael Moores, have yourself a day. 14 points. It is now a 50-40 lead for the Bucks. 4.5 minutes to go, and Michael Moores almost takes it away. He does poke it as Rugby now takes it away officially. Cody Oswald with the basketball. Yankton's defense just being pests here tonight. Now Mac Riken brings it down the left side of the floor. He'll slow down the pace a little bit. Now gives it over to Drew in the corner. He'll drive. He'll pivot. Sends it back out to Cody Oswald. He drives into the high block at the free throw line. And sends out to the perimeter. Drew Riken. Stutter step. He drives back to the basket. And his turnaround. He feints a pass and gets his defender to bite on it. Turns around, simply banks it in. Drew Riken. 12-point lead for the Bucks, 52-40, 3:43 to go in the fourth. It's Crayons with the basketball. He drives up with his left. No foul is a call, but he does finish at the rim. That's Cohen Crayons having a nice game. Timeout on the floor taken by Watertown. Timeouts are brought to you by Hedro in Yankton, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When it's time for a new job, visit jobs.hedro.com. Thanks to our sportscaster partner, Graham Tire. If you notice issues with your vehicle, don't hesitate to call the service experts at Graham Tire, because they do more than sell tires. That's Graham Tire of Yankton, your auto service and a tire store next door. And the UPS store to help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, anything your small business needs. Even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, and of course, shipping. The UPS store of Yankton across from Walmart. And Yankton Thrive. Yes, there is a thriving business economy here in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all businesses, from retail to manufacturing, is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. It is Yankton 52, Watertown 42. 3:38 to go in the fourth. Remember, we have a doubleheader tomorrow. Yankton taking on O'Gorman at O'Gorman High School. Andrew Riken inbounds. Now to Mac Riken. Watertown putting on a full court, kind of a soft press, maybe a little more of a trap defense. Ball moved forward to Drew Riken. Cody Oswald, backdoor pass. Michael Moores banks it in. Michael Moores hits it again. 16 points tonight for Michael Moores. But that same basket, if you were a team, do not let Michael Moores roam free on the baseline. He's working both sides of the post tonight, and he's starting these sequences in the short corner, so he's driving quite a bit. Watertown's shot was no good. It's Yankton basketball. Mac Reichen drives, paint, corner. Drew Reichen, 4-3. You can count it. That's 3 for the Drew crew. 14 tonight for Drew Reichen, 57-42. Yankton with the lead, just a couple takes, under 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Watertown with the basketball. It's Beauchamp. Gets himself stranded deep on the wing. Hands it down into Baumberger. Now to Olsen. Olsen drives, will draw a foul. They're going to get Drew Reichen. Excuse me, Cody Oswald. So Cody Oswald picks it up. That's his second. Or third, rather. Man, try to keep my own fouls here. His third foul and team sixth. Olsen sends up his first, and it is good. 3 points tonight for Olsen. Olsen's second attempt is up and rattles off the left side. No good. Mac Reichen getting double team, sends it through the defenders to Drew Reichen. Now back to Mac. 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth. 57-43 lead for Yankton. Cody Oswald, left wing. Bounce pass to Michael Moores in the elbow. Back to the basket. A soft back down. Now kick out to the perimeter. Cody Oswald to Rugby. Rugby now, right side. Quick crossover. Drives, kicks it to the opposite corner. Drew Reichen, 4-3. You can count it. Drew Reichen hits another one. 5 3-pointers here tonight for Drew Reichen. 17 points. $60-43 lead for Yankton. We had the ball go out of bounds for Watertown, and now it will be Watertown basketball in their own corner. And now Rodden on top to Crayons. And now Beauchamp down to Rabin. Rabin tries a nice little post move, kind of a step through, and can't get it to go. Mac Reichen now. On the floor right now for Yankton. Cooper, Grotenheis, Drew Reichen, Mac Reichen, Michael Moores, and Cody Oswald. Drew Reichen to Michael Moores, now to Mac Reichen. Mac now sends it over to the opposite side to Drew Reichen. Goes opposite side of a screen to Cooper Grotenheis. Yankton's trying to kill some clock here. Mac Reichen, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Jumper, 17 feet, can't get it, but nice rebound down low. Cooper Grotenheis sends it to Cody Oswald. And now it is Drew Reichen. And now we're under a minute to go in the fourth. A full 20 seconds on the shot clock. Michael Moores to Drew. Now to Mac Reichen. He finds a crease, drives, kicks it to the corner. Michael Moores launches a three. Missed it short. Grotenheis with the rebound. And the putback is blocked out of bounds. Remains Yankton Bucks basketball. Isaiah Skellhouse will come in for Yankton, as well as Landon Potts. They're going to come in for Michael Moores and Mac Reichen. Joshua Sheldon comes in for Drew Reichen, and also in is Tucker Gilmore coming in for Cody Oswald. So mass substitutions for the Bucks. Get some varsity time in there for the Yankton depth. Watertown doing the same in kind. Landon Potts to inbound. Trying to find a passing partner. Needs to find someone. Deep pass to Cooper Grotenheis. Now back to Potts. Up top, Sheldon over to the left to Skellhouse. Skillhouse to Potts. And now Sheldon back to the basket. Nice pass to Skillhouse, and Skillhouse lays it in. Nice pass from Sheldon. 62-43, Yankton with the lead. 17 seconds to go in the fourth. Yankton will wrap this one up. This should be the last possession of the game. And into the hands of Landon Potts after an air ball from Watertown. Yankton will improve after this victory, 62-43. Yankton Bucks on top of the Watertown Arrows. Yankton is now 3-1 on the season. Watertown drops to 1-5. In conference records, Yankton is now 3-1 as they place all conference opponents so far, and Watertown 1-4. We have our Yankton Rexall postgame show around the corner. Don't go anywhere. This is Bucks basketball on KYNT, KYNT-TV.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools that help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com. Member FDIC.
Have you heard the news? Board-certified pulmonologist Dr. Scott Helberg has joined Yankton Medical Clinic, bringing his expertise in lung conditions to help our communities. Plus, he sees patients as young as 12 years old. When you're ready to breathe easy, rest easy. Call 605-665-1082 to make your appointment with Dr. Helberg. At Yankton Medical Clinic PC, Dr. Helberg is just one more way in which they provide so much care so close to home.
KYNT, Yankton, FM 1021 and AM 1450, Yankton's home team.
It's time for a new kind of credit card. One that's with you where you are, wherever life leads. The Evergreen Credit Card by F&BO earns you unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase, every day, every step of the way. For important information and limitations regarding the rewards program, visit fnbo.com/evergreen for complete details. From the great big small bank, ever ready for you to earn more so you can do more. Only with Evergreen by F&BO. Learn more today at fnbo.com/evergreen.
Do you go through every day dealing with pain? Does chronic or acute pain affect the decisions you make and the quality of your life? It doesn't have to. It's time to visit the experts. Whether you're suffering from neck and back pain, work-related injuries, headaches, fibromyalgia, joint pain, or any other type of debilitating discomfort, Avera Medical Group Pain Management Clinic Yankton can offer you relief. They listen, they care, and they can help. That's Avera Medical Group Pain Management Clinic Yankton at 605-655-1220. Live better, live balanced. Avera.
When I'm searching for adventure, I find it on the range. Archery challenges me to be curious, see opportunity, and welcome big challenges. It teaches me to focus and never quit until the last arrow hits. Archery allows me to show my spirit at Mount Marty University. How do you show your adventurous side? Schedule your campus visit to Mount Marty University at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please go forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are, so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
Are you looking for a new opportunity? Check out Truxedo in Yankton, South Dakota. Truxedo has an opening in their safety department. We're looking for a motivated and positive candidate to join our team and fill the role of a senior EH&S specialist. This role will recommend changes to protect workers and educate employees using safety training programs and tools to prevent accidents. This is an opportunity you won't want to miss. Visit truxedo.com/careers to learn more about this position and to apply.
And welcome to the Yankton Rexall postgame show. I am Bryce Ladwig. Yankton Bucks victorious tonight, 62-43 over the Watertown Arrows. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923. Well, Yankton started very strong with Watertown, and your quarter scores after the first was 15-9 Yankton. At halftime, 27-24 Yankton. End of the third, they started pulling away in the third. The Yankton Bucks did. 42-33, but still, I mean, that's a single-digit game. And then a 20-point fourth quarter for Yankton ends up with a 62-43 victory for the Yankton Bucks. Your stat recap for scoring for Watertown will start. Brody Torgerson with 3, Dylan Rodden with 9, Caden Beauchamp with 3, Cohen Crayons with 13, Dalton Baumberger with 4, Will Engstrom with 3, Marcus Rabine with 5, and Jake Olson with 3. For the Yankton Bucks, Drew Reichen with 17. He hit 5 3-pointers tonight. Mac Reichen with 9. Rugby Reichen with 4. Cody Oswald with 12. Isaiah Skellhaus with 2. Cooper Grotenheis with 2. And Michael Moores with 16. And that's not taken away from Cody Oswald or Michael Moores, what I'm about to say, but usually you don't see those two very high in the scoring column. I mean, they bust their butts, and they do a lot for this Yankton Bucks squad. They are leaders on the floor. I sort of really want to justify what I'm saying is that usually it's, the 3 Reichens putting up the most points, but those two really stepped up offensively tonight for Yankton. We know they're solid defenders. We know they can contribute, and they're great passers in part of this system, but they really both had excellent individual nights scoring for the Yankton Bucks. We'll talk to Coach Chris Haynes all about them and more here later in the Yankton Rexall postgame show. Let's jump into our awards of the game. Glass Cleaner of the Game is brought to you by Top Notch Glass Cleaning. And just like in basketball, cleaning the glass is important for your business. For the area's best window cleaning service, contact Top Notch Glass Cleaning Service, located at 610 Douglas Avenue in Yankton, or by phone at 605-760-3680. As you know, I mention every game as a qualifier. I don't have live rebounding stats in front of me, but what that award basically turns into is who was hustling in the paint, who was getting down, who was just really being physical tonight, and that is going to go the way it could go to anybody on this list here tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and give it to Cody Oswald. I just want to make sure 3 players on this list have an award tonight, and they all could pretty much be the award recipient for any of the 3 categories of awards tonight. I promise you that. But Cody Oswald, our glass cleaner of the game here tonight, and we will continue our awards when we come back. First, we have our postgame coach interview with Coach Chris Haynes, brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. It's Rhonda Westland State Farm. Coach, excellent victory here tonight in Watertown. Obviously, you always expect a good game in ESD fashion when these two squads face off. First thoughts, we're going to go over some players, and we'll go over that excellent fourth quarter. But opening thoughts.
Yeah, well, I think you hit it right on the head there. ESD battle on the road, physical game, and just thought our guys defended pretty well for the majority of the game, especially in the second half. Hold them to 19 points in the second half isn't easy to do. We were able to get some steal. Not only did we guard them, but then we were able to also at times turn defense into offense. So when we started getting stops, getting out in transition, thought that was key. And then we finally got moving offensively. I thought the first half we were really stagnant and too much standing around, and we did a much better job in the second half of moving.
But a 20-point fourth quarter, things started to really happen. Let's start with some players. I like to go around the horn. Let's start with Michael Moores and Cody Oswald. Those two, we all know that they contribute to this team every game, but usually those two aren't in the high-scoring column. They do a lot of hard defensive work, and just try to qualify me saying that. But both had really great individual scoring nights tonight. Yeah, they did great. Obviously, when our guards were penetrating, those guys did a great job of moving well without the basketball. I thought Cody in the first half, his baskets were really big for us, just kind of steadied us and got us going, which was nice to see. And then, Michael just did a great job of moving without the ball in the second half. And his defense all night on the Olsen kid was huge, too. Olsen's been, their leading scorer here as of late and really scoring a lot of points and making a lot of shots. And Mikey really did a nice job on him tonight. And then, of course, Mac always cutting to the basket, doing Mac things, and he did more of that tonight. Drew Reichen hitting some big shots, 5 3-pointers on the night. Talk about those two. Yeah, both those guys played well, especially not just on the offensive end, but then defensively. I thought Mac did a good job on their point guard and kind of controlling him and pressuring him and doing some things. And then Drew on the Kranz kid. Again, I don't know, the Kranz kid might have got some points and some back cuts, but overall, their defense was good. And then, Mac, those two last threes in the corner, Drew, those last threes in the corner kind of sealed it and were huge for us. All right, and Coach, we know you got to get you out of here. We all have a long trip tonight, but we're going to use this for the Coach's Corner, and then we're also going to use this for the pregame. So what can you tell me? Sorry to turn the tables right away, but about a Gorman. Yeah, big, strong, physical. I got a couple 6'8" kids that are strong, and, they just hammer the offensive glass. So that's going to be a huge concern for us, is to see if we can, number one, stop them, and if we can stop them, can we finish possessions with defensive rebounds? So their size and physicality is something that is going to be a big problem. And then the Ean kid, one of the best shooters in the state, and he's been playing varsity for 2 years and scoring a ton of points. So that's something that's going to be tough on us, see if we can guard him and chase him around all night. And then they're always so solid defensively. So we're going to have to be able to move the ball and have great ball movement and player movement. If we get stagnant like we did in the first half today, O'Gorman will just, they'll just lock us down, and it'll be really difficult on us. So we're going to have great movement offensively. And we're going to have other guys step up and make shots. I mean, Drew's been making shots for us, but we need other guys to step up and start making some shots too, because they can. They do it in practice every day. So we need more contributions from other guys. Well, Coach, congratulations on the victory. Safe travels back to Yankton tonight, and we'll see you at a Gorman tomorrow. Sounds good. Thanks, Bryce. All right, that was Coach Chris Haynes joining us as he always does. Always appreciate the time, and always love talking to him. And, of course, you can hear that again on the Coach's Corner on Saturday morning as well. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and continue here on the Yankton Rexall postgame show from the Watertown Civic Arena.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? Then give First Chiropractic Centers a call. We've been helping people get back into their game for over 40 years. Whether your game is sports related, like ice skating, snowmobiling, or simply shoveling snow, household chores, exercising, or daily activities, if your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. Call First Chiropractic Centers today or visit us at firstchiropracticcenter.com. Whole health with hands-on healing.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Education. That is one of our core values here at Missouri River Associates. Just making a sale is not our number one priority here. Our office is here to educate you on your choices in the insurance world. We are here to guide you in making the right choice for you, your family, or your business. Our agents are honest and transparent with you on your coverages. Let one of our agents show you your options today. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
And welcome back to the Yankton Rexall post-game show. Yankton Bucks victorious here tonight, 62-43 over the Watertown Arrows. We'll continue our awards of the game. Cody Oswald received our glass cleaner of the game. Defensive player of the game, that's going to go to Drew Reichen. In addition to his defense, he scored 17 points for the Yankton Bucks, which is our lead scorer. But, however, he is not winning our offensive player of the game. And we'll get to that in a second. But your defensive player of the game brought to you by Olson's Pest Technicians, 1-800-KIL-BUGS. Your residential and commercial pest control solution is Olson's Pest Technicians. And our offensive player of the game brought to you by Hy-Vee. There's a helpful smile in every aisle. Michael Moore, 16 points, career high, and excellent night for him. And those baseline cuts to the basket, backdoor cuts, working all night for him. He had quite the offensive performance for the Yankton Bucks. We already had a post-game coach interview brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Again, thanks to Coach Chris Haynes for joining us. Let's check our out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Door. And they specialize in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Door is your local authorized Clopay dealer. And other scores from around the state here. And I knew it. I was not going to have to update the 9 o'clock West River games. Those haven't even started yet, Central Time. But just to remind you again, Spearfish hosting Brandon Valley, Douglas hosting Harrisburg, Sturgis hosting Rapid City Central, Rapid City Stevens hosting Campbell County out of Gillette, Wyoming, and our updates and finals from some of these. Sioux Falls Lincoln defeated Huron 83-48 at Huron Arena. Mitchell defeated Brookings 69-31, and Sioux Falls Jefferson is leading Sioux Falls Washington 60-55. 2 minutes left in the fourth. Right when I wrap up this postgame, I'm going to tune into that real quick and see what we can all listen to or see. That's a big matchup there over in Sioux Falls. Well, final thoughts on the game tonight. Yankton just did what they needed to do, start to finish. A huge start to the game and a huge finish. Ends up with the near 20-point victory here tonight versus the Watertown Arrows. Players that are always contributing, but maybe not always in the offensive category necessarily, all stepped up. That's Cody Oswald and Michael Moores tonight, each with double-digit games. Cody Oswald, again, ends up with 12, and then Michael Moores ends up with 16. Leading scoring was Drew Reichen with 17, and Mac Reichen with 9, Rugby with 4, and then 2 points apiece for Skellhouse and Grotenheis. I was just going to name the first three, but then, sometimes you open the box. You just got to unload all of it. So those are your scoring recap, again, for Yankton. All right, so tomorrow, doubleheader, Yankton Gazelles and Bucks at O'Gorman High School. And that will be a 12:30 tip-off for the Yankton Gazelles, getting that one started, followed by the Yankton Bucks. But what is next for Watertown? Let's take a quick look at their schedule. They are also traveling tomorrow at Sioux Falls Christian, a very good Class A Sioux Falls Christian. They are 7-0 on the season. But that, again, is in Sioux Falls tomorrow for the Watertown Arrows boys squad. Thanks to Braden Butler, our camera operator, and to Austin Solberg, our KYNT studio producer. This has been Yankton High School Basketball on KYNT, KYNT-TV. I am Bryce Ladwig. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for listening to KYNC or watching on KYN-TV. This broadcast is property of Riverfront Sports and is brought to you by
Mason Schramm and the Move Group, Hedro, Avera, Truxedo, Culligan Water, USD Athletics, 1919 Root Beer, Rhonda Westland State Farm, Vision Real Estate, Missouri River Associates, Buell's Cleaners, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Triple Time Rudy's, H&R Block, Top Notch Cleaners, The UPS Store, Yankton Medical Clinic, Hy-Vee, Olson's Pest Technicians, Gerstner Oil, Vision Care Associates, MT and RC Smith Insurance, First Dakota National Bank, First Chiropractic Centers, First National Bank of Omaha, Sherco.
Remember, you can re-listen or re-watch this broadcast in its entirety by visiting KYNT's YouTube page or by visiting the free Roku and Apple TV app on your smart TV.